Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Brad Petovich with your Ski Southeast forecast update. Now we're past President's Day weekend. It was kind of a mixed bag. We had a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, but really all in all, most of the resorts are holding on to some pretty decent base considering we've had these bouts of rain and warm temperatures. Same thing happened this week. We had some snowmaking, a little bit of natural snow, especially for the Virginias and Maryland, and I think the pattern is going to be up and down, but I'm going to look ahead to March. I think a lot of folks get after President's Day weekend and they think, season's winding down, it's over. I'm going to tell you right now, don't let your guard down yet. I think this is the best time of year to go skiing in the Southeast because you can get good deals and sometimes it's the best snow. And I'm going to show you why that might be working out. So let's start with the forecast here across the Southeast. This is today. We've got this silly front just kind of stalled across the region. So this is not a great setup going into Friday and Saturday. Notice for North Carolina, this is mainly going to be rain, but you could see up towards areas towards Timberline, Cannon Valley, Snowshoe up towards Wisp. There could be a little bit of a wintry mix. Not great snowmaking, but some natural snow could come out of this. Don't count on a lot. This is a pretty warm setup with a lot of heavy rain. In fact, flooding would be a bigger concern this weekend. But next week, as we go through the middle of the week, this front moves through, and on the back side of this system, we get a little northwest flow. So this is going towards Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and you can see on the back side of this front, we get into some northwest flow, which might even bring snow down into North Carolina, but certainly is going to bring snow, excuse me, down into the Virginia. So pretty good little setup there for at least a quick burst of snow, but more importantly, it gets colder. So we're going to be able to make snow the middle of next week. So we're heading towards the end of next week. The pattern gets pretty cold and we start to see that northwest flow really crank up, especially up here coming off the Great Lakes. So the pattern is going to flip to a colder pattern starting the middle of next week and going to that first weekend of March, which is the Ski Southeast Summit, which I'll highlight here in a minute, but this is a really good pattern for everybody trying to go to the summit or even thinking about it or maybe going skiing anywhere in early March. The early March pattern looks like the best pattern we've had in the last couple of weeks, and I'll show you why. We go through next week. Look at the snow up there in Virginia, West Virginia, and Maryland. Pretty good setup up there. Now, as we go towards the end of next week, I'm going to go ahead and show you that the cold air is still sticking around. We've got a storm system coming up around next Thursday time frame. So we're going to go towards Wednesday into Thursday. And this is Wednesday night. This is going to be Thursday morning. We've got a little precipitation. Looks a little warm at the onset here. But watch as this system moves through going into Friday. It pushes off to the south and the east. And another piece of energy coming in, a much bigger piece. Northern branch of the jet stream is going to get involved and come down here. So this is the, we're going towards the morning of the 1st. Now this is showing rain, but I can tell you right now, this is likely going to be at least a little bit of snow at the beginning and then changing to more significant snow, I think, as this next wave comes down as we go into next Saturday and Sunday. So we're talking about the weekend of the summit, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. You can see as we go through the 2nd, we've got snow, and then look at this going towards the 3rd. Looks like a bigger storm system. So this is going into the morning of March 3rd. This is Sunday morning of the summit. Big area of snow heading in. So this could be really ideal. So you can see things are trending colder as we go into March. And just to kind of show you how this unfolds, we'll start with our current 850 millibar temperatures, which is up there around 5,000 feet. Let me move this back over. So you can see how warm it is here across the Southeast. That's way too warm for snow. But watch what happens after this weekend. This big storm system moves through, and by Sunday into Monday, look at the much colder air. So snowmaking and natural snow starts this weekend, and then going into next week, we get another brief little warm up. Not as bad as this one currently, but look at this big cold outbreak coming out of Canada going towards that first weekend in March. So this is what I'm getting excited about, is that we've got a big area of cold air that is pushing in, and this is going to be great for snowmaking and natural snow. So if you want to go skiing that first weekend in March, you're going to luck out, and probably the second weekend as well, because this gets progressively colder as we go towards Monday, Tuesday, the 5th and 6th of March, and the pattern stays somewhat cool. So all in all, not a bad setup. And just to show you the long range, this is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. You could see all the cold air coming down through the Great Lakes. And look at this moving into the southeast. So below average temperatures likely, and this goes all the way through March 6th. So that first week of March, which to me is always one of the best snow setups. Usually we get some of our biggest storms then, and you've got all the snowpack from the season and the man-made snow on the slopes. Early March is a great time to ski in the Southeast. I think a lot of folks kind of put their skis away. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a great start to March. It looks better than February, and some of the best conditions of the season since probably December when we were getting clobbered with snow could be here in March. And the whole March pattern looks like it's going to stay cool and stormy. So if you want to time out a late season trip in March or April, I'm telling you, you're going to luck out. You might get very lucky and get some big time snow. Now, yeah, there's going to be some warm spells in between, but this is a pretty good setup for the summit especially. I can't wait to get up to Snowshoe, especially knowing that the pattern is looking really, really good for that first weekend in March. So hope you have a great weekend. I'll be posting updates more frequently next week as we go into the summit for everybody heading up there. If you haven't signed up or you haven't gone to one of these before, I highly recommend it. It is a good time. It is great to catch up with other people that ski in the Southeast, and what a great resort to have it up at Snowshoe. They do a great job with it, and they're really good to us here at Ski Southeast. As always, remember, think snow, everybody.